final. LeBron finishing with a game-high 27 points. Wasn't quite enough. Meanwhile, Chet leading the way for OKC with 24 as Thunder take game one. Game two, an opportunity for the Lakers to climb back, but they'll have to focus on that Thursday. And we're back joined by CBS Sports NBA analyst John Gonzalez. And John, the Lakers, they came in as the biggest underdogs of LeBron's career. And I'm going to say, for a while, LeBron gave them a little bit of life, but there in the fourth quarter, OKC just looked deeper. They looked faster, just like the more complete team. But did game one feel like the Thunder just simply confirmed the gap that we knew about coming into this game?
Yeah, they really did. I mean, that was light work. We were talking a little bit about this before we came on air, where it was like, oh, the Lakers gave them a little bit of a game. But at no point did I think, oh, the Lakers are actually going to win this thing, or the Oklahoma City was in danger of losing it. In the pregame show, you asked me what would have to happen. And I said, well, a whole bunch of things for the Lakers to be in this, right? You need a big effort from LeBron. He was great tonight, had 27 points, 6 assists. He was efficient. He limited his turnovers, which was a problem in the previous round. DeAndre Ayton, he was going to have to play well. He had a double-double. Marcus Smart was going to have to chip in. He was really good tonight. He also limited his turnovers. He had 4 steals, 12 points. And then SGA. SGA was just a guy tonight. 18 points, 7 turnovers, a very un-SGA-like game, right? So you'd think, okay, the Lakers should be in this. They lost by 18. Like, this is just what Oklahoma City does to teams. They turn the Lakers over 18 times, turn that into 20 points. Chet Holmgren had a big game. Isaiah Hartenstein was really good. Oh, by the way, here comes Jared McCain, a guy that the Sixers didn't want and gave away, and he goes for 12 points, and he's hitting threes all over the place, and he's smiling, and that's the difference between Oklahoma City and the Lakers. The Lakers have to be perfect, and Oklahoma City just has to go out and play.
Okay, but when LeBron does get you 27 and the game still gets away, is this just the reality of this Lakers team right now? LeBron, he can still give you some stretches, but without Luka, without your full cast of characters and healthy characters, they need almost everything, like you said, to be perfect against the Thunder.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what more you could ask from 41-year-old LeBron this postseason. He's been playing great for the most part, and I mentioned the turnovers against the Rockets. Well, tonight he limited those, and he was super efficient. And here's the thing. He can only do so much, right? He did help raise the level of Rui Hachimura. He did help raise the level of DeAndre Ayton and Marcus Smart. Austin Reeves is back. He's dealing with that oblique injury. He was not himself tonight. And unless you get really good Austin Reeves that you got earlier in the season when Austin Reeves was the 1A option and the Lakers were basically saying, hey, LeBron, you're going to be third in usage rate, and you're going to do all the other stuff, and you're going to be the best role player in the NBA. Unless Austin Reeves is really that 1A option that he was when Luka and Austin Reeves were healthy, then the Lakers are going to have a really tough night and a really tough series against an Oklahoma City team that is just so much deeper and so much more talented at both ends of the floor. He shot Austin Reeves tonight 3 for 16. That's not going to get it done. You're never going to be able to beat the Oklahoma City Thunder in their gym, where they've only lost 7 times all year, unless Austin Reeves gets super hot, and he was super cold tonight.
Okay, so let's say Austin Reeves does get back to being that 1A. What other adjustments do you see that the Lakers would need to do heading into game 2 to give them any type of chance in this?
Yeah, I mean, we discussed it, but you need hot LeBron. You got that tonight. You need Austin Reeves to be hot. You have to limit the turnovers. Everybody says this about playing Oklahoma City. It's so much easier said than done, but you can't turn the ball over 18 times and give them 20 points. They feast off of that. That's where they get, they generate so much offense is out of those live ball turnovers off of their defense. And again, easier said than done, because you're dealing with in the front court Isaiah Hartenstein and Chet Holmgren, who is just a monster defensively. And then they swarm you with their wing defenders, Kayson Wallace, Alex Caruso, just up and down the Lou Dort, guys who don't really necessarily pop in the box score after a game, who just in game, when you're watching it live, you're like, oh man, that is a tough assignment for the Lakers to get past. And then beyond all that, you got to shoot the ball better. They only shot 42% from the floor, just 33% from deep. That's not going to cut it. And on a night when they did a great job defending SGA, turning him over 7 times, you're thinking, okay, that's a good start. Not nearly enough. All of these things have to come together at the same time. It's got to be a perfect storm every single game for the Lakers, and tonight it wasn't.
Okay, John, just one last thing really briefly before I let you go. We talked pregame. You did not even give the Lakers a fighting chance of a gentleman's sweep. Now, what we saw through, I'm going to say 3 quarters, Did game one maybe change how you might view them the rest of the series? Are you going to give them one game at least? I guess that's what I'm asking.
I'm not. If anything, it confirmed what I thought, because before we came on, I said, oh, well, at least the Lakers covered the spread. This is how easy the game went for Oklahoma City. I just looked and I'm like, oh, no, they didn't actually.
No.
They didn't cover the spread. They won. Oklahoma City won by 18. This was light work for Oklahoma City. Imagine if they were actually trying. It's bad news for the Lakers.
Okay, bad news for the Lakers, but they can dust themselves off and try again. Game 2 Thursday. And, John, you'll be all over it and expecting the same result. Appreciate you, my friend. Take a look at the most consecutive playoff wins in Thunder franchise history. 6 straight wins. That only trails the 1996, then you remember, Seattle Supersonics, who had 8. They're looking for another one, like I mentioned. Game 2 Thursday from OKC.
There in OKC, Lakers fall to the Thunder in game 1 of round 2. We knew coming in the Lakers would have to shoot the basketball really well and take care of the basketball. They shot 41%. They turned it over 18 times. That led to 20 points. OKC just doesn't give you a lot of room to breathe. Big game, and not a lot of room for error. They play 11 guys. They send a lot at you. They hit 13 threes. They shot 43% from downtown. 8 of those threes came from their bench, and they won that bench battle as well, 34-15.
Yeah, there's no breaks with Oklahoma. You have to have your antennas up for 48 minutes. It only takes them, 60 seconds, excuse me, 90 seconds to really, turn a game around. You can't turn it over. They come at you so many different ways. But I thought tonight's game, for a game 1, I thought the Lakers, held their own for a while, Geeter. In the first half, they fought well. They got some support from LeBron and, Marcus. But Oklahoma's they're just too good, man. They come at you in waves and they rebound the ball well. They turn you over. And the Lakers fell victim to that, especially, toward the second quarter and most of the third.
I thought the game plan was great. You think about it, they held SGA under 20 points. Their highest point total was, 24 out of Chet. And for me, I know sometimes, we just shot the ball poorly. You shot the ball poorly for a reason. And same thing applies to the Lakers. You look at the way Marcus and Austin Reeves shot the ball. They were 7 for, 31 between the two of them. And if your 2 guards have that, that's not going to work. And you told Luke Kennard, and that's 1 for 4. So that's just a bad shooting for the guards. So, it's the first game on the road. I know the Lakers recently played in the playoff series, but they still had a lot of days off. So hopefully next game, those 2 guys can shoot a little bit better, because just keep, sometimes when you lose a game, you scrap everything. But I don't think they need to scrap anything. They just need to shoot the ball better. Yep. So I think the game plan, the whole SGA, how they did, it was perfect.
You look at these margins, right, and OKC wins every quarter, +5 after 1, +3 in the second. So that gets you an 8-point lead. Then they go +4 in the third. That gets you a 12-point lead. And then they win the fourth by 6. You end up losing by 18. They just wear you down and they win the quarters, James.
And one of your comments, and we're just watching the game, is we just need to win a quarter.
Yeah.
You kept saying that, just win 1 quarter. And that's the way you have to try to play. And I thought the Lakers came close to doing that. As Rob said, they just didn't shoot the ball as well. But Oklahoma will come at you with their bench. Guys like, and also guys like McCain, who's just a nightmare. When their bench comes in, they don't lose a step. In fact, they play a little bit more aggressively defensively. So the Lakers, they didn't shoot the ball well. I think if they had shot better, it'd have been a closer game. It's one game. You can't just be bad on yourself, be down on yourself about this game. You look at the good, and you try to correct what you need to.
Yeah, you look at OKC, 6 players, 4 of those on the bench with the plus double-digit